Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. Here we go, y'all. Who the Who are you? She wasn't in the beginning intro scene thing.
The witness will state her name and profession.
Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? I see nothing but a serving platter or whatever. Where's the witness?
I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic horns.
Wow, his demonic horns. He does have the little like victory horns on his hair, which I haven't really talked about. Apollo's cowlicks. He's got 2 of them yet. So I use a little hair gel. Relax, people. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. Wow. Jesus.
You are sure?
I swear it on my gavel. Please come out. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor?
Well, if you're sure it's okay.
Surprise witnesses don't actually exist in the legal system. They do in Phoenix Wright, y'all. Wait a minute. Would the prosecution care to explain the witness's, paraphernalia? Did he spell that right? Paraphernalia? That might be right. I don't even know if I knew how to spell that word. So she's got a camera. She's so weird. I don't even know what to do with her yet. I'm just gonna give her a girl voice default till then. That is spelled right? Fair enough.
Yes. She is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade.
And that would be?
My name is Olga Orly.
Olga Orly. Olga Orly. She almost looks like she should have a Russian accent, right? Just because, like, her outfit and her name is freaking Olga. That's such a Russian name.
My name is Olga Orly. I am employed as a waitress in Borscht Bowl Club Restaurant.
Then why the camera?
Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is naming restaurant.
Oh, she really does have Russian accent, just right there.
Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is naming restaurant. But I also perform, how it is said, other service.
I take it one of these other services is taking the customer's pictures.
For example, this one.
Oh? That's the defendant.
Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in white hat is one who has gone kaput.
Wow, she really does have Russian accent regardless. Indeed, that is the victim.
He's gone kaput.
Order, order. This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps.
It is the same way. As I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers casually.
Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. Wow. Casual court, y'all. Because that's real.
This court is a farce, Your Honor.
Alright, so he's got a photo. She's got this photo sitting there. He's sitting there talking. It's Phoenix talking with the dude, at least supposedly. And even if he was sitting there talking to him, that doesn't mean shit. Like, Phoenix didn't deny that he knew the guy or met the guy. He didn't say that. He just said he didn't kill him.
Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in room. The hideout, we call it.
Excuse me? The hideout?
It is room where a famous gangster, bad guy, was arrested.
Bad guy. Bad guy. Fucking bad guy. Phoenix Wright. Puns, just puns on puns on puns. I'm trying to figure out her name. Her name's Olga Orly, right? I'm trying to figure out
Olga Orly.
I'm trying to figure out her name. Pun. There's something in there that I'm not seeing, or unless it's just supposed to be alliteration. Olga Orly. Old girly? Olga Orly. Olga Orly. I'm trying to like find a word play in there. Olga Orly. It's not hitting me. It sounds like it's something, but it's not hitting me. Anyway. It'll come to me, I'm sure. But anyway, bad guy. Fucking silly.
This room where murder took place.
What? What? The judge will help us get it? Alright, fair enough. Anyway.
Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely. I will post my courtroom door letter for you. The photos will be numbered and you will write which ones you want a copy of.
So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime? The victim, Shoddy Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley, our witness? And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means, Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that night's events. Alright, get ready for some more testimony, y'all. Here we go. Oh, I'm sure his name's supposed to be Shady, but I can't say the name. I can't see the name spelled that way without saying it's Shoddy. Don't worry. I know it's supposed to be Shady Smith. Don't worry. I got that already. I was just calling him Shoddy because we have a homie Shoddy, but even if he's not here, we represent him anyways. Although, in this case, rip Shoddy because he died in this case. He's the dead man. But anyway, that fateful night, y'all. Here we go.
That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on, da. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Then last hand is done, but something terrible has happened, da. That man flew at the victim and is strangling him to death.
Strangling him? Bruh. You're already terrible at telling the truth immediately.
Incidentally, who won the game?
Isn't it obvious the winner was the victim, Mr. Smith?
Oh, get wrecked already, son.
That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose.
That's not an objection, dude. Just because you have no proof that he can't lose. He just told you that. That's not proof. Fucking. Let me handle the objections here, Apollo, okay?
Justice. Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection.
But he hasn't lost in 7 years, man.
Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here.
It's funny how all these fucking lawyers keep saying they never lose cases. Someone had to be losing these cases if all these lawyers ain't losing cases. Payne says he ain't lost cases. Pahenix never loses cases. Mia probably never lost a fucking case. Godot, fucking Edgeworth, fucking what's his fucking name? Von Karma. There you go. All these guys are undefeated. Like, somebody had to be defeating these dudes at some point. Like, I know Phoenix did, but like everybody goddamn motherfucking was undefeated. How is that possible? That somebody has to lose for someone to win. It's crazy how many undefeated attorneys there's been. Although it seems like the prosecution are the ones that keep saying they're undefeated. But still, it's like, now Phoenix is saying he's undefeated? Like, come on, man. Alright, anyway, I'm done bitching about that.
These are the poker chips as they lay at the very moment of the crime.
Okay, so we have a colored picture. This could matter.
The hand and the chips on this side belong to defendant, Mr. Wright.
So he has an ace, sevens full house. The other has a king ace full house, which will trump, yeah. Oops. Also, let me make sure there's no conflicting cards here. Alright, I don't think there's any conflicting cards here. Like, the aces that are all... That's all 4 aces accounted for. No duplicates. No dupes. I don't see any dupes, so I think we're okay. Right? And that's not an ace on the floor. I think it's a... Is it supposed to be a 2? I'm not even sure what number that is on the floor. Is that a 3, a 2? It almost looks like a fraction. I don't know if I can tell what number that is on the floor. I'm talking about that top spot where you can see a card on the floor, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. That card's probably not important. It's just a background thing.
Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith.
Chips, you say? I don't see any potato chips. Are they delicious? These chips, you say?
I mean, yes. Imagine the poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils.
I know that, after all. In my youth, I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3.
Wait, so he's over here asking about poker and shit like he don't know. He playing dumb, but he's the fucking poker master? Come on now. It's either a 2 or 3 with that symbol in the middle. Yeah, I was thinking so. It's the same energy. If everyone's above average, the average gets raised, making roughly half the people below average. Exactly. There has to be a checks and balances. Somebody has to be losing all these matches for somebody to win all these matches. There's got to be some terrible-ass defense attorneys if they all be losing all the time. Phoenix is the only one winning? Are you kidding me? That can't be the case. Or was the only one winning? He's not even around apparently anymore. He's a fucking penist that plays poker. He's a poker penist. Alright, anyway. Apparently the judge was a pokerhead. Fair enough. I think he means poker face, but okay. Pokerhead? He doesn't even know the term poker face. Fucking listen to more Lady Gaga, homie.
Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table.
Chips photo added to the court record. Okay, so apparently this is important. Sure, sure.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Ooh, time to press this little Russian lady. Ooh. Let's press the shit out this BZ. Here we go. Alright, that night, customer asked me to deal cards for the game. I'll do the voice when I'm actually reading stuff that's new. Okay, so why would, is this normal that she deals? I wonder.
Hold it!
You were dealing cards? Do you do this often?
I am doing this. If customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht, cards, more borscht. It is my work.
Okay, cool.
It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service.
Welcome you to Borscht Boat Club, where borscht is as warm as the waitress.
Thank you for not handing out flyers during the cross-examination. Okay. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. Okay. Press that. It's already April. How can it be cold?
At the Borscht Boat Club, we have pride on authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside it is city in spring, but inside it's always as cold as Mother Russia.
No way I'm going there.
When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning, da?
Certainly. You know what? The more I think about it, I don't think I've ever actually had borscht, but I hate beets, so I think borscht would be terrible for me. I don't like beets, and I know it's just straight up beet soup. But anyway, the victim, he plays whole time with his hand on his locket on his neck. Okay, so that's an interesting detail. His locket?
I believe it was good luck charm, da? He gripped it many times as he played that night.
Yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift.
What the fuck are you even talking about? The defense would like clarification. This is like a locket we're talking about? I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket.
Of course, I knew that.
This judge is so dumb. It's so dumb. Borscht might not taste the best, but I hear it sounds awesome with those beets. Oh my god, DJ. Beef stroganoff is tasty, Flammy, but that has nothing to do with borscht. Beef stroganoff is actually delicious. I agree on that one. Absolutely.
Anyway, of course I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that.
Oh my god. No, a locket's a locket. It doesn't matter which... It's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding?
So what happened next?
Okay. Last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. Okay, press it. Something terrible?
Eek.
The defense will refrain from needless shouting.
Sorry. I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing.
Now, Miss Orly, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was so frightened. I trembled with fear.
Okay, so there's not going to be much out of that line particularly. This is the part that's already questionable because he wasn't strangled. He was bopped upside the head. So, but the defendant would never do such a thing.
Eek.
Well, now I can't say I've heard the defense try this tactic.
If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me.
Still, why would anyone do something like this over a game of poker?
Perhaps it is because defendant has lost game?
Yes, a crushing defeat for a man undefeated.
So it is always with men like him. Winners make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall.
Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir. Leave it to me. There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, you know who. I got you now, RLY. Okay. Alright, so the strangle thing. Strangle thing is obviously what we need to do, but I need to find which piece of evidence. I mean, I think it's just this, because it was a single blow to the forehead that he died by. I don't really have anything else that contradicts strangling other than that. So I guess I'm just going to go with that, I suppose. Let's do it. Objection! Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd.
Normal customers only choke on borscht.
No. I mean, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Ah! Ms. RLY, really now? Did you witness the crime?
Eek, a penis!
Damn, she catch that shit like a champion, though. Nice.
Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything.
Yet it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor.
Bonk.
Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation.
Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit.
Oh, okay. He got bonked, that's for sure.
But I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck.
Oh, really, Miss RLY? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time.
Justice, I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more.
What do you mean? I found a contradiction.
There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me.
Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination.
There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead, so let's stop beating it.
There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too.
Oh, my bad. Maybe I shouldn't be reading this out loud either then. Alright, so that was a contradiction, but like, there's something also else weird? Oh, now she changed her fucking testimony?
After defendant tried to strangle victim, he hit with bottle.
Okay, let's press that now. You didn't say anything about hitting before.
So sorry, I must be forgetting this, da.
Witness, you will take greater care with your testimony.
Oh, da, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
And that clears up the discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. The defendant made to strangle his victim, then changed his mind, and chose a simpler, blunter means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely.
So he strangled him, then hit him? Something's fishy about all this, man. I need to stop throwing mans and dudes and bros in there. That voice just lends itself to that, though. Anyway, go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir. Leave it to me. Yeah, okay. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and if Mr. Wright wasn't the killer, this bitch. So, I feel like I gotta press, or not press, but, I feel like I have to present something on this. After he tried to strangle him, he hit him with a bottle. I mean, is this just our contradiction right here? Because I don't see no strangle marks on his neck, homie. Like, I see nothing about this. I wonder why this photo is going to matter. I'm trying to look at this. Like, is there anything in here that's helpful? It looks like this is taken. The picture's taken on the first floor by the piano, if that matters. And there's a bunch of bottles of grape juice with caps on. Also, he is wearing the lock. Oh, he's not wearing his locket. He's not wearing his locket. Yeah, he's not wearing the locket. You're right. That's also true. I didn't mean to click that button. I keep wanting to use the buttons to go back and forth from the testimony. I forget I have to cycle. Yeah. Omega, I know you haven't played this before, so I'm not going to get mad about it. And I know you probably noticed it before I did. But yeah, when it comes to like small details that are going to help with like getting through the game, maybe you hold them off to yourself until I get to them. Unless I actually ask you guys to help me or something. But yeah, that's what these games are about. They're about finding the small details and finding them. But you're wrong. You're right. The locket is missing, which I would have noticed eventually. Because I feel like the presenting on that bonk on the head when he wasn't even strangled, like, I feel like I kind of want to do it anyways just to see what they say. But like, he's also not wearing his hat, but that could have been taken off after the scene. Yeah, the locket on his neck. Where's the locket? Yeah. Alright. Alright. We're good. I need to stop skipping through the dialogue accidentally. Can I back through the dialogue? Is there a way to go back? Oh, okay. The D-pad actually lets me go back and forth through the dialogue. Okay. That's all I'm trying to figure out right now is the buttons for the game. Gotta learn your buttons! Alright, well anyway. I do have the locket thing, so... Oh, I guess just this with the locket. Yeah, this. So let's do that. No locket, homie. You know, there was one curious part in her testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. Hold on. Kitty, why are you meowing? What? Hold on. She just came in meowing up a storm. Not even at me. She's like playing or something, and she's by herself, and she just started meowing. Alright, well anyway. The curious part about her testimony, eh? But what does it mean?
Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about?
Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on his locket on... His hand on locket at his neck, I believe she said.
I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grabber.
No, but look at this photograph. Every time I look at it, it makes me laugh. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Aw, yeah, listen to that music, baby. But yeah, the cat coming in hot with the objection. If that cat was an ace attorney, they'd call him Nacho Beans. Nacho Beans. Nacho Beanus. Nacho Bean? Nacho Bins? Oh, like Nacho Business. Nacho Business. I got it. Sorry, I was like, how do you read that? Like business. I got it. Alright, well anyway. Yeah. No locket, fool!
Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this.
But what does it mean? I had a feeling the whole locket on the hand, like hand on the locket thing was going to matter. I just didn't immediately register that one picture didn't have the locket, even though the other one did. So I was like, okay, there's your contradiction right there. Because his hat was missing and the locket. But I think the hat was taken off so they could look at the bonk on his head. But that means the locket was already missing. Somebody stole it. I wonder who it could have been. Anyway, but what does it mean?
If we are to believe this witness's testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death.
Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. They shoot to the moon, maybe, but they don't disappear.
It is quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no?
Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean...
The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it?
Oh! Sorry. All my ers. Gotta remember who's doing which sound.
Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say?
Yes?
I just noticed this, but... You have something hanging around your neck, don't you?
Wait. He's wearing the locket. Phoenix. You're wearing the locket. You know, ever since we've been talking about the locket, we haven't seen Phoenix. But now he's wearing the locket. I was blind. I didn't even pay any mind to the locket. Another reason why I probably didn't even notice that this is Pahenix. But now he's got the fucking locket on. Alright.
You have something hanging around your neck, don't you?
Oh? You mean this? Yes, it's a locket. With a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Pahenix has got a daughter? For real, though? And 7 years have passed? At least since he's been playing piano, anyway. Alright. Sorry.
Come again? Mr. Wright, you have a daughter?
We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter.
Okay. So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy the... This is just a coincidence. Yeah, good point. Now I'm confused.
Well now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game.
Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost. Badly.
Oh?
Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant.
Okay. Another testimony coming in hot. Here we go. Serious competition, y'all.
The game began with 3,500 point-in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who is winning, it was victim. For last hand, defendant play with all chips on table and loose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and...
And what?
Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game.
As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow.
Ah, how many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor. A common tale, but true.
Wow, I didn't skip that dialogue. He said something about regret, but I didn't catch that. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Oh, I could have pressed the X button to see the history. You're right. I could have done that. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. Must be. Oh. Oh, really? Is that really what the meme is? That's all her... I mean, I could have made that joke. Olga, oh, really? I was thinking that it was going to be something more... like wordplay specific, but she's really just a reference to oh really? Okay. I mean, I already figured that out. I just didn't. I was actually I made that joke on purpose because I knew that's what her name was, but I didn't realize that's all it was. It's fine. It's funny. Oh really? But okay. Anyway, this came out in 2007. All right, so I guess that's about right for the joke to be. That's the meme. Oh Riri. But anyway, time to press this bitch. Here we go. All right, 3,500 chips. Press it.
Hold it! Are those the usual starting points?
Sorry. Are those the usual starting points? Were any special rules used?
No, not special. Usual game, usual rules.
If each man began with 3,500 points, then the total would be, exactly 7,000 points.
Really good, Judge. Good math. Please, this isn't calculus. It's not even long division. They're like, man, idiots. Courtroom full of fucking idiots. Can't even do 35 plus 35 with some zeros on it. Anyway, press on the chips. I'm pressing on everything. Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used?
Of course.
Okay. Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Always press harder. Maybe you could explain about these chips?
Explain. What is there to be explained?
Oh god, here it comes.
Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fish and chips. Not a chip off the old block. Not a motorcycle cop. Not a...
Thanks. Now that I pressed her, I'd better ask her something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles even? Or rubles even?
Yet, as I have been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chip, 100 points chip and 1000 points chip. It is not money, da.
Justice. Sir. Don't you find her I can't. My voices are all over the place. Don't you find her comment interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I'd have it added to her testimony myself.
Well, does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony?
Of course I do. Yeah, I think this deserves further scrutiny, Your Honor. Add to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this.
Very well, witness, if you would be so kind.
Da, Your Honor.
Okay, so she's going to add to this.
One kind of chip is worth 100 points, other kind is worth 1000. Two kinds in all.
Alright, let's press on that, but I think we might be able to do something about that with the chips. Because what if the one that has more chips is Phoenix? Based on which one's worth more, you know what I mean? So let's press on it. You're hearing Gavin's voice as a toned-down Byakuya. That's kind of what I was going for. I don't want him to have the super proper Byakuya voice because I feel like there's going to be somebody in this game who's going to get that full-on Byakuya, but I don't feel like it's going to be this guy. And then again, I might just it might devolve into that if I end up having to do his voice a lot. So we'll see. But anyway, all right, let's press on this. Mr. Gavin said this testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why.
Mr. Justice, do the court a favor and think of what you want to say before raising your hand. We are not in kindergarten.
Sorry, I'm fine. I better think of something to ask. And quick. The two ties of chips.
Da?
The small ones are 100 and the big ones are 1000. Right? Right, of course.
Ha! Don't waste our time.
Is that all?
Yeah. Great. Mr. Gavin made me stop her. Now I'm the one who looks dumb.
Oh, Justice, please try not to embarrass me like that.
Huh? Ooh, me?
There's a clear contradiction in the information you have in your hands.
What?
It is a simple matter of calculation. Go on, try it. We're not in kindergarten, after all.
Calculation? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the color of the chips that matter. Let me just look. Can I tell which ones are bigger? I guess the bigger chips. I'm guessing the smaller chips. Okay, so the smaller chips are probably the more expensive chips. And the bigger ones are probably the cheaper ones. So if that's the case, Phoenix has 4,100, which is more than half immediately, right? Because on the other side of the table, we have 2,000... How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 900. 2,900 to 4,100. That is 7,000. But clearly Phoenix is ahead in chips. Correct? Correct. Sorry, I'm just dipping. This music is so good. So anyway, when we say who is winning, it's the victim. That's where we're probably going to present that. But let's just press everything, because I don't mind pressing everything. You're telling me that Mr. Wright, undefeated for 7 whole years, was losing?
It must have been most unlucky day for him. I am glad I did not take other picture of him. It would break camera, certainly. The chips, they went always to victim's side of table.
So you're telling us it was a one-sided game?
One-sided end.
So now that we understand what the chip colors mean, Phoenix was definitely winning. For last hand, defendant played all his chips on the table and lose. Okay, present. No, not present. Press, sorry. Last hand?
It was largest points on any hand. The defendant's hand, it was excellent. He tried to use it to take victory from behind.
It appears that both the defendant and the victim's hands are in this picture.
Uh-huh.
That is a truly excellent hand. However, so is the victim's.
One with highest number wins, so defendant loses.
The victim, Mr. Smith, had a stronger hand than the defendant and crushed him. I believe that explains what occurred next.
Once cards laid down on table, it happened.
The moment loss was decided, defender grabs the bottle, and let's press on that as well. And what happened next?
Even to think of it now, I shake and tremble, da. I did not believe such thing would happen.
What such thing?
Please, you must believe. I had no idea. How could such thing occur?
What such thing?
Niet. The defendant had been hitting victim. Yeah, I saw it all happen right before me. I saw bottle coming down on victim's head.
Decisive, isn't it, Your Honor? My witness saw the very moment of the crime.
Remember, your first goal in it is to gather information.
Yes. Oh, yes, sir. Look out, contradiction. Here comes justice. All right. So, I'm not exactly sure which thing I should press on. I'm assuming the person who's ahead, this one, is where we should present the chips. Because we look at it, and we got to explain the whole chip thing. I think it's either on this one or on the chip one. But I feel like when it says the victim was winning, that's not true. The victim wasn't winning. That's the contradiction. So, let's do it. Just the look, this guy's look when he's thinking with the fucking finger on his forehead. It's so anime. Anyway. You're sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure? Oh, here it comes.
It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten.
Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court?
Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points?
Why, the big ones, of course, duh.
Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. Exactly.
The totals?
You right. Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips, and the combined total value of the chips was 7,000. Man, they really wanted kids to do math for this first case, but it's not kindergarten, y'all.
Yes. If my calculations are correct, let's see. 3 plus 1, carry the 5.
They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. Okay. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up...
How much is it?
Oh my god. Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up, brah. Oh, stop doing brah. He's not a bro. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony! Here we go. Hell yeah.
But why? How could this be?
Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why.
Right, there's only one way to explain this contradiction. The starting point's wrong, the chip count was wrong. Both were right? Also, this is a different song, isn't it? Hell yeah, it is. It's nice to be able to enjoy the Ace Attorney music for once, because I'm actually playing this with headphones on. Back in the day, I played the second and third games on the Wii, so I was playing through my TV back then. So it's nice to be playing this with headphones on. You get to hear this dope-ass music. Anyway, okay, so the starting points were correct. The chip count was wrong. Right? Wait. Sorry, I lost track of what they were asking. Chip count was wrong? The chip count is wrong as in the sense that Phoenix has more. Is that what we're saying? I'm just gonna go with that. The odd thing here is the number of chips, right, Mr. Gavin? No, it's not. No. They're both correct. Sorry. Damn it. I was trying to figure out what the hell, like, I thought they were trying to lead me into doing a contradiction here, but I think they were just trying to say that, oh, the chips are correct. Y'all just can't count chips correctly. Anyway, why are you asking me? Just in case? Justice, it's your case I'm concerned about. If you're wondering about the chips, just look at the photograph. It's all there. Even our judge with failing eyesight, could count them. That's not the only thing failing the judge.
Let me ask you again.
Right, there's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Luckily, this is the first case, so it's giving me a little leeway. But both counts are correct. They are. They are correct. I just didn't know if it meant, like, the amount on each side was correct or just the total count. It's fine. Ace Attorney games, at least the first couple that I played, I always had issue with, like, what they were trying to get me to present at the right time. That happens so many times. So I'm not going to be immune to just not realizing, oh, I need to present this here because, you know, whatever. Sometimes it doesn't always make the most sense, in my head anyways, even if it does actually make sense once you figure it out. Alright, anyway, each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in the photograph, then there can only be one answer. This photograph makes me laugh.
Well, what is it?
The value of the chips was the other way around.
What?
Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones.
Madness! Utter madness!
Show me that photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up.
It's crazy how math works, right? It's crazy.
Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself.
Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it.
But, wait! The value of those chips may be different, but that changes nothing!
Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still. Oh.
Exactly, bitch. If the small chips are worth 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table.
Ah!
The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points, and the defendant had 4,100 points.
Well now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all.
That's impossible!
My client even had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning!
Yeah!
Now, Ms. O'Reilly, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime, weren't you?
Eek!
Don't let that borscht hit the ground, y'all. I'm not sure there's actually borscht in there, but she keeps catching it like Spider-Man, so who knows.
Order, order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness's testimony.
Who the fuck hit us with a hold at this time? It was her.
Excuse me, what is it, Miss O'Reilly?
I did not want to be saying this, but I actually, you see,
See what, Miss O'Reilly? What do you see? What do we see?
in the last hand there was a cheat.
There was a cheat? Who's cheating?
A cheat? You don't mean a trick?
Wait, or do you mean a scam?
A cheat? A scam? A bamboozle? A hoodwink? They're all the same thing.
Yes, there was a cheat in last hand. That is why game ends with chips as they are.
Oh, okay. Great. Just great. First we have lying and now cheating? Ugh.
Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting... Witness! Witness!
Sorry.
Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand.
Okay. Tell us all about this lie that you're going to come up with. Let's hear it. Sorry. The final hand. Sorry, I was looking at her neck and I was like, does she have a locket on? But she has the fucking camera around her neck, so never mind. Anyway.
The last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument, da. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith.
Okay. Ms. O'Reilly, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, time to throw back the covers.
A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience.
That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics.
Mr. Gavin, what's a full house?
Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker?
I can't say this bodes well for your case, or career. What is this, some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice, you know the terms one pair and two pair and three of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. Two cards of the same number makes a pair, and three makes a three of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with one pair and one three of a kind. There you go. That's a full house. Doesn't seem very easy to make, does it?
You can see each player's hand in this photo.
Wow, they both have full houses.
We forget there's an easy way to make a full house, and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat!
Okay.
The defense may cross-examine the witness. If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand? Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat?
Yeah, I was gonna say. If he's cheating, he lost the hand. Like, what the hell? But alright. Full house. Press that shit.
Just how hard is it to make a full house anyway?
It is quite hard, It is making a pair and a three of a kind at the same time.
I guess that's right. Very difficult to be sure. You can take my word as the poker head of the courtroom number 3.
Very difficult, but it is not impossible.
Okay, full house hard. This line of questioning, a waste of time.
That seems like a very common thing Apollo's gonna do. He's gonna like do the this one thing, this another thing. He's gonna be that guy, which is a very memey thing to do. Anyway, 4 of each card in the deck. That is true. Let's press it though, anyways.
4 of each card, you say?
There is 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. It is interesting fact that this number 4 comes from number of seasons.
Is that true?
Huh, you don't say. And did you know that the cards are numbered 1 through 13? Add all the cards in a deck and you get 364 a year.
Wow. Is that actually true?
Huh, you don't say.
Isn't that 1 day short?
That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for the leap year. Thus you have a perfect representation of the year, all in a deck of cards.
Huh, you don't say. We're gonna be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this.
Is it so? This an urban myth? Okay, I was gonna say, how true is that? Because I've never heard anyone ever say that in my life. The 4 seasons of representing a whole year. That's interesting. If it's even partially true. I've never heard anybody explain it that way. But all right, what's so obvious about this cheat? Let's hear. Let's hear.
How's it clear?
Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace.
Wait, what do you mean he played a 5th ace? Where? Where's the 5th ace? What?
A 5th ace?
I still remember both hands very well.
Oh wait. No, the cup on the table. There's 3 kings. There's not 3 aces. What the fuck's she talking about? I was like, don't confuse me now. I just looked at it a minute ago. There was 3 kings and 2 aces on both sides, and then 2 aces on the other side with 3 sevens, right? Don't fucking play me right now. This is not what it actually showed in the picture. Anyway, the picture contradicts this right here already.
Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's too.
Obviously, cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say, a hand.
Your Honor, perhaps this could be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke. Very well. The witness will add this detail to her testimony. Please.
Mr. Smith's hand was 3 aces and Mr. Wright's was 2. It is 5 aces in all.
I mean, I don't even need to press anymore. I already know, because the picture in here, it shows that there's only 4 aces on the table. So what the fuck's she even talking about? Gosh, she's such an easy lie to pull out. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it, because that's clearly the contradiction right there. There's only 4 on the table, so why you making shit up, lady? Why the fuck you lying? Why the fuck you lying? You're a fucking liar. Stop fucking lying. Anyway.
It appears the witness is mistaken.
Mistaken? But my name is...
Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony.
That's the photo of the chips, is it not?
Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. Yeah, I was gonna say, this better be correct, because don't fucking play me. That makes all the sense to me. We're not looking at the chips this time, we're looking at the cards, homie. Anyway, there's a nugget of truth. It's just coincidence that they put that that card story around with the year thing. There's a nugget of truth. In Chinese Mahjong, there are tiles for each season, but there's just a tile for each and not whole suits. Okay. Still interesting that they would make up that weird story about the cards representing a year. Very interesting. Anyway, let's clarify to this dumbass judge.
In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo.
It's the cards, homie.
What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony?
It's the fucking hand right here, dude. Oh, present is Y. The hands.
Ms. O'Reilly, is your testimony you made the following claim? Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces? But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces.
Eek! What are you objecting about?
Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand held the 3rd ace in question.
Oh my god.
Take another look at the evidence, bitch. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace at, bitch? I see cheating alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom. Get fucked!
2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces in total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Wait, please. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you.
That's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day.
You're right to trust. Oh, voices.
You're right to trust your instincts.
Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin?
Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion.
What might that be, Mr. Gavin?
If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards.
The cards?
Mr. Payne.
Yes?
The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court.
Oh,
maybe there was cheating happening.
Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards?
If these cards don't prove that cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious?
I feel like the victim's hand is more suspicious because the 3 kings, 2 aces, because he won. The winner hand is probably the more cheater hand. So I'm going to go with the victim.
It was the victim's hands that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards.
Very well, Mr. Payne, if you would.
Very well.
Okay. There's his cards. There they are. They were left at the scene. A full house.
Well, time's a-wasting. Get to it, Justice.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's examine these bitches.
Haha. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using blah to turn it every which way, and blah to zoom in and out. That should give you a better perspective on the case.
Okay, let's do this.
I'm guessing if I look at the back of these, we're going to have a different color. Here we go. Called it. Ooh, the King of Diamonds is the bullshit card. Interesting.
What? Your Honor, look at this! One of the victim's cards! The back is a different color!
Wow, too easy, bro.
That is impossible. But I put that card in Right's hand.
Oh!
What was that, Miss O'Reilly? Get fucked, lady.
No, yet. I merely said I have a eek.
Your Honor. Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer. Wait, so you mean like... this witness, Miss O'Reilly?
She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager.
Nyarg! Nyarg, she says.
Order, order! Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake.
They really want to take advantage of her joke. A little inappropriate, Apollo, but you know what? At least he caught himself, so it's okay.
Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard.
That's impossible, but I put that card in Wright's hand.
Ergo, Miss Olga O'Reilly conspired to cheat. Not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Mr. Shady Boy. Ooh. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim.
What?
Wait, you don't mean... the defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you? Time for justice, bitch! There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident, and if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means... I am, Your Honor. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder!
Damn, get wrecked, bitch. Well, the way that fell out of the sky there, it looked like a lobster. That might have been in there. I'm not sure, though.
Mr. Payne, where's your witness, Miss Olga Orley?
It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor.
Mr. Justice. Your Honor. It seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means... this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time.
Yeah, what?
I did it. I held out. I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
Oh? Oh, he's like, fuck. That was a Phoenix objection, wasn't it? It sounded like him. Phoenix is like, hell nah, we're getting a verdict today, bitch. we're not prolonging this, bitch. This is the first trial. We can't have multiple days on the first trial.
Mr. Wright?
You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet.
What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
Think. One of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means?
What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right now when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous.
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent. For the ridiculous.
He really does. He really, really does.
Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night.
Alright. More testimony? Maybe. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night.
That was said before.
The 2 decks of the club have different colored backs, blue and red. Yeah, bring in the parrot. Also, bring in the radio while we're at it. Alright, anyway. 1 color per deck.
Why use different colored backs?
If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed.
You use different colors and they still got mixed up.
We used the red deck for the last game.
I see. But that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue deck. I have this impression that you were using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards.
Whatever. In the end, 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix, which means there was cheating.
Yeah, yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo. So, Phoenix just said that they played with the blue cards last, but all the cards were red except for that 1 blue card, right? That's where it's interesting. It seems like somebody set this crime scene up at the end, trying to recreate what happened, and they fucked up. flipping the cards backwards. Basically, they fucked up on the colors, thinking it was the other way around. Whoever set this shit up. Whoever, I say. We know who set this up. Oh, really, we do. Anyway, Apollo?
Yes?
Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped?
When?
There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. If you're going to hit me with some dots, there you go.
Well, yeah. Thanks for the new news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped.
Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not be.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped?
When was the card swapped into the deck?
It was after. Absolutely after.
Perhaps it was after the murder?
What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the heads have been shown? That's silly.
Yeah, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible.
Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible.
Oh? Even when the backs of the cards are a different color? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time.
Exactly. You're holding your cards up to your opponent until you place them on the table. It'd be so obvious that they have a different color card.
Oh.
Quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown. After the murder.
Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that?
Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us.
There's another?
Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Who? Someone who's colorblind, probably.
The game and murder is done. The victim is dead.
Only 2 remain in the room, alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orley.
Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for the blue?
I mean, it's Olga, right? There is nobody else.
Why, it must have been Olga Orley who swapped the cards. She was trying to cover up evidence of the cheating.
That does make some sense. Sorry. But there's a problem with that explanation. So, okay, if it's not her, then it was the victim himself. Because Phoenix didn't fucking do it. There's no reason for him to do it. Anyway, okay. Because this stupid oh really bitch seems like she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing anyway. But alright, clearly it was him. Alright, so I'm going too hard on her too quickly. I should have overthought it in this case and assumed it was the victim, dude. But alright, anyway. There's a problem with the explanation. Let's see what Phoenix says.
Huh?
The swap card was from the wrong deck.
Yes, a blue card was stuck into a red hand.
Mixing a card from the wrong deck when the backs are different colors? Remember that you're talking about Olga Orley. She was the dealer. Do you really think she would make such a novice mistake?
Actually, I had trouble imagining even the judge making that mistake.
Give it a little more thought, Apollo.
Right.
So it was somebody else. It wasn't Phoenix. It was the victim.
The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga, really, either.
What are you suggesting? That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As the defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Ms. Orley at this point.
Yeah, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong colored card.
And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is.
Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orley, then who was it?
Yeah, well, that's the question, isn't it?
Precisely.
Huh?
I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction.
A new direction?
We'll find that indeed after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand, and that someone made 2 critical mistakes.
I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card.
Because the one who did the swap didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. Ah, interesting. Also, this is a classic song. This is from the old Phoenix Wright games, for sure. The other mistake was the number on the card. Oh? Wait, what? Right, the person replaced the 5th ace with a king. Also, before I get into this more, hi Allegory, welcome to the stream, how you doing? It's going to be a long day, so you got me on the big screen. Well, enjoy it. But anyway, the person replaced the 5th ace with a king. Huh. Okay. I'm still a little confused on what the hell, but okay. Just to show that they won the hand, but like... Okay, let's just keep going. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a 5th ace, after all. All they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. Are we going to imply that somebody else was watching this game? So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in.
But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist.
True, not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a 4th person. So there is a window that they mentioned earlier that was for people watching. We're going to throw this in now, after all of this time? Sure, let's do it. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime.
What?
Oh, here we go.
I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. This trial has proceeded on one central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident there were only 3 people in the room.
I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption?
The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court.
I suppose that's a problem, yes.
Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Very well. The trial will resume in 20 minutes.
It was the judge the whole time! Oh, I mean, that would be hilarious. But I doubt that. He's the one over here bragging about he's got a good poker head. Not a poker face, a good poker head. Anyway. Alright, back in the lobby. What now?
That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth?
Well now, I think you'd like... Sorry. I think you would like... let me try that again. Well now, I think you would know the answer to that. Jesus, can I fucking read right now?
Ah, being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I've no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome.
I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph.
Justice. Yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me.
You did well, Apollo.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright?
Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. Isn't she adorable? Oh my god. Look at that hat.
I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter.
Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. Perhaps... Most people are. Nobody believes I actually fucked somebody. Anyway.
One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you?
What do you think?
Huh?
You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did? It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat.
I never, honest, but...
It is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. You see, poker's all about reading your opponent. In that case, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law? Figure out what your opponent's thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Oh? I mean, he was a lawyer for a long time, so, I mean, he would be good at looking at people. At least, you would hope so. Not that Phoenix was great at it, but he was hilarious at it. He was good at making the court ridiculous. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding! That witness, for instance, Miss O'Reilly. Liar. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who noticed that? Words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy! I'm not worthy! I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No? You can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about, bruh? Oh, but you will. Soon. Almost forgot. One more thing about this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. Oh? What's the truth? What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. Your power. My, power? I had no idea my cords of steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. Get ready for the to be continued. Wow, we actually have a to be continued. Alright. Damn. Case number 1. Already getting riveting stuff here, guys. Man. It's been a good time, man, to be back in this game, be back in this series, be back in the trial things. But, yeah, having a good time so far.